welcome to Coco Creates. This is a Flosstube channel, so it's a channel about stitching, etc. So Coco's not up here today, so to say hello. She might join us a bit later. But yes, so how is everyone? Have we all been having a good couple of weeks? It's been maybe about 10 days, I think, since my last video. I think it's 2 weeks. And then like last week I did a little stitch with me. So a few of you were quite intrigued by some of the questions, which was nice. I think I was quite intrigued by some of the questions, which was quite fun. But yes, that was my stitching was for my 100th hour of stitching for the Flosstubers fundraiser. So, and I checked today, and the Flosstubers team has raised so far about $10,750, which is about £8,200 for the Cleveland Clinic and the cancer research there. So yeah, that's a nice amount to be donating. So hopefully that will help. So yeah, so I've got I remembered to get my coffee today. First video ever. This is my 11th video, so we're 11 videos in, and the first time I've remembered to have my coffee. So so I've got my list here with everything so that I don't forget everything that I need to say. So that's what I keep looking at. So oh yes, it's the 5th of August today, so we're just coming into August already. Yeah, so you know, quite a way through the year already. It seems, you know, only last week it was sort of, you know, New Year and January and things. You know, my birthday's in January, so it doesn't seem that long ago. But I suppose that's how it goes. So whips. Oh, actually, I have a finish. It's not a cross stitch finish, it's a knitting finish. It's only a little one. It's actually 2 little ones, because I made they still need the ends weaving in. I hate weaving in ends, so that's not been done yet. But I made my first pair of socks. This is my first ever pair of socks that I've made. I'm quite proud of them. They've not got holes in and they fit, so that's always a bonus. So so I did. It's sort of just it was a self-striping yarn that I used, and then I had a contrasting ball for the heel and the toe and the cuff. So these were toe up, and I did sort of a moss stitch panel on the front. So that's moss stitch there, so because it gives it a really nice texture, and that's yeah. So I really like the texture it gives them. So yes, so this is my first pair of socks that I made. So I've also got I'm in the process of making some matching fingerless gloves, because I had sort of a load of the wool left still, and then I will be writing up the pattern. So I did this as I went, so this is my own sort of pattern. I made it up as I went along, so I'm going to be writing it out, hopefully, if I can remember how I made it, and I'll be putting the pattern up for sale somewhere to help raise money for my friend. He's basically to fund some of his medical treatment. So that is what I am going to be doing. So yeah, so I'm not sure where I'll be putting it up for sale yet. I know my first thought was on Etsy, but then I know there's been something going around with Etsy, like taking a lot of fees out or something, and then a few people were, is it Gumroad? Did I make that up? I think on Gumroad, some people are doing some. I think Julie from Kansas City Stitcher, I think she uses it for her designs, so I could use that one, but I've not really decided yet. So oh, sorry. I'm a bit tired this morning, obviously. But yes, so I'm not sure where to put the pattern, but we'll see. So that will be coming up there. So on to some cross stitch. So it didn't have any cross stitch finishes, but I did work on well, I had one new start, one way from my new start, so I worked on 2 projects. So the one you saw that I was working on last time you saw me was Ink Circles Castle Walls. So this is my first Ink Circles, first sort of sampler design, anything like that. I think it was Mika over at Darling Bluebell that first was going to do this, so she showed the design first and I was like, yep, so I need to do that too. So this is where I've got to, oops, so far. So let's try and roll this without dropping anything. So yeah, so the fabric that I'm using is a 36 count even weave from Fabric Flair. So it's the cloud grey colour. And I'm using Silks for You silk, so 2 colours. Ah, that's better. Yeah, that shows the colour better. So it's PR 147 and 069. 069 is the dark and 147 is the light blue. So yeah, so I'm really quite enjoying seeing it come together. Seeing a few bits, so I've still got a bit to fill in here still. That must have been when my thread finished, so yeah, so I have to fill him in. But yeah, and then just working around this corner. So yeah, so I think it'll be about that big when it's done. But yeah, so let me try not to get my fingers tangled and wind it up again. There we go. Oh yes, and that's the where did I get it from? There we go. So and that's the threads that I'm using. So that's the 2 silks there. So yeah, they're so soft. They're from I don't know if I said they're Silks for You silk, but they're so soft. So yeah, so that's them. I did do a DMC comparison in my previous video. With those, so in case you wanted to see, you know, the colours better. So yeah, that's how far I've got that one. My other project, my new start, it's a very little new start, little new start. I'd been watching Dina over at Halfstitch Crossstitch. So I adore her videos. You need to go, if you don't watch her, go watch her. So she does her videos sort of vlog style. So sort of does more regular updates, and then we'll update, we'll post a video once a month with, like, you know, half a dozen updates on, sort of thing. So she gets things in. And she has a little doggy, and he's called Coco as well. He's so cute. So yeah, so sometimes you get to see him pop in and trot around, so that's lovely. But anyway, she announced on, I think it was her June update, or sort of end of May, start of June, that on, yeah, she was going to start on June the 15th doing this Teresa Wentzler sale. So, and I thought, oh, I've always wanted, you know, I keep looking at them, and, you know, I know Blitz Stitch was doing the English Country Garden sampler, so I saw that one, and then Dina's doing the Mermaid, and I've seen, oh gosh, I can't remember who was, someone else did the Triptych, and I think, oh gosh, but I can't remember. I feel so bad. But you know, I just, there's quite a few of you that were doing Teresa Wentzler's that I have seen, and I keep thinking, oh yes, I want to do one. And I know they've got lots of blends, and I know they've got lots of fractionals and lots of little bits, but yeah, you know, it's awkward, but it's not like impossible to do. Like, blending threads it's not the hardest thing you could do with cross stitch, I thought anyway. So I was like, I'll give it a go. So, and I found this design, and it was really cute, and it's actually a free design on Teresa Wentzler's website. So it's on it's TW Design Works, so Teresa Wentzler, twdesignworks.com, and there's a whole bunch of free designs on there. I haven't got the finished picture of this one. If I have, I'll pop it up instead. But yeah, but it's a dragon in a teacup. It's a dragon in a teacup. It's so cute. So it's called Tempest, and that's drawn on the that's written on the teacup as well. But yes, and it's sort of in sort of the dragons in sort of blues and purples, you know, pale purples and silver, and the cup's got sort of golds and yellows and oranges in, I think. Anyway, but yes, so I picked up that design, and yeah, and I started actually started with a blend, but yeah, so that was my little start there. So that's sort of his chest area, his belly, and then this is the outline of his little tail. So yeah, so yeah, that's what I started. And so Dina has she started up a hashtag over on the Instagram. So it is, and I'll type it on the screen, but it's TWSal2020. I think she said there's it is Becca was taking part, and oh, brain, see, I'm no good this morning. There's a bunch of people taking part, and they'll be posting photos on that hashtag. So there you go. If you want to know more details, I'll link Dina's video that she talked about it, where she tells you a bit more about it there. I'll write down that, I'm going to do that. Right, link video. There we go. So that was my two whips for this week. So not too much progress. I'm in the middle of crocheting a couple of presents as well, so I can't show them on here. One's sort of a little crocheted toy that I'm doing with the chunky wool, and the other one is sort of a shawl for somebody. So yeah, so I'm in the process of crocheting those as well. So one's a birthday present that needs doing for the 17th of August, so I need to crack on with that one. So I've been spending a lot more of my time on the crochet and then knitting the gloves and the socks more than cross stitch. So I am trying to split what I do across my different hobbies, because I have osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis in my hands. So you don't notice as much on the video, but some of my fingers are twisting, and it can make it quite painful to do things for a long amount, a long time. So what I try and do is I'll do a bit of cross stitch, and then I'll do a bit of knitting and a bit of crochet, because you use sort of different bits of your hands and different muscles, and it basically just stops them tiring out. And I recommend that to anyone. If you're finding that doing the with your pincer grip, so having to grab the little needles, do some, but then stop and like do one of, if you have another hobby or you have something else to do, go and do that. Don't wait until it really hurts. Stop, go and do something else, and then come back. Or like I do, I'll do a couple of hours stitching, cross stitching, then maybe there's an hour of knitting, and then maybe come back to the cross stitch and sort of flit around like that. So, because I know a couple of people I know, especially Julie, that commented on my stitch with me, said about my condition it's a rare condition, and it's difficult to deal with, but ultimately it's something I've had, like, even though I wasn't diagnosed until quite late on, I had the symptoms and I've had them all my life, and a lot of things are sort of things that you come to deal with. So yes, some of them aren't great, but I have worked around certain things, and it's like, yeah, it sucks. Some days I get up and I'm like, oh, I'm like, why am I so ill? But you just get up and you carry on, and that's why I spend a lot of time doing my stitching and my knitting, because it gives me something to do and to take my mind off things. And being able to watch Flosstube and interact, sort of even through sort of occasional comments and little things, it's just, that's my way of reaching out into the world. So I'm not always well enough to go out like and nip to the shops or go shopping, go on holidays. I can't always do that. So I know we're in quarantine now, so nobody can do that, but so Flosstube has been my outlet into the world, and I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to start doing videos, because it was my way of interacting back with you guys, because I sit and watch all your videos, and I tend to have them sort of streaming, one after the other. I put them all in my watch list, and that, so sometimes I forget to comment, or you know, on certain things, so it's very one-sided. So I thought I need to, you know, I need to have videos, and I need to make a point of commenting and talking to people on there. So, and talking of comments and people, see there's a very loose little, you know, link there. But on my Flosstube number 10, I had a little giveaway, and I've left it in the other room, but I will put a picture up in a bit of what the giveaway was for. But I asked you to tag sort of your favourite Flosstuber, or people that you enjoy listening to, in the comments. And I had 4 people were you know, 4 Flosstubers were mentioned, so I will shout those out here. So we had Michelle, so Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Garrett, Erin over at 2 Martini Stitcher, the Sunshine Stitchers, so and Gary over at the Sunshine I'm not even going to try. Gary over on that channel has recently finished doing Lady Liberty, I'm sure that's what it's called, but he did a conversion for it. He did a skin colour conversion, so she has black skin and she looks gorgeous. The tones that he's picked really do match. They really do match in, you know, towards. Sometimes it's difficult to get a conversion, you know, because sometimes the shades you can't get quite right. I mean, and sometimes it'll be a very dark colour and then a very light colour next to each other, and they look a bit weird. But no, the conversion he's done is really on point. He did share his conversion on one of their videos, maybe two or 3 ago. It says so on the video, in the tag it says Lady Liberty in the video. But yeah, but she's gorgeous, and I'm going to try and do that one myself with that conversion, because she's stunning for that one. So yes, so that is the Sunshine Stitchers. And then last but not least is Teresa Little Stitcher, and she's adorable. So she over on her Etsy, she sells a few things, but she sells a digital journal. I was trying to think of the words. A digital journal for cross stitching, which I have, and I have to work out how to get it onto my iPad as well, but you know, that's another matter. But she says it over there, and it's brilliant to use. Stores everything on there, and she's got about 3 videos of her going through what it is and describing it and how to use it. So I will let her do that. I'm not going to try and blunder through it. So if you're looking at getting a digital journal or somewhere to keep all your stitching stuff, head over to her channel and have a look at those videos there. So and like I said, so I had my giveaway. So let's see, I had Julie from Stitching at the Cabin and Joanne Keating both entered the giveaway. So I'm very techie. I actually managed to record my screen doing the little, you know, tiny decisions thing to pick who the winner is. So I'll insert that here. So yes, that was Joanne that won that. So yay! So I will include my email address below for you to email me with, you know, your address so I can post it to you. Also ask that once you've emailed me, can you comment, you know, on the video, either this one or on your own comment, and say that you've sent it. The only reason, well, I suppose there's 2 reasons for that. Is one, to make sure that I check my emails, because sometimes I forget. But also there has been a couple of Flosstubers where they've been sent an email saying, oh, I won the giveaway, and it's not actually been the person that won. So I thought, oh no, if you've commented to say that you've sent me the email, and then I've got an email, I kind of can match it up and say, well, she sent it, it's hers. You know, if that makes sense. Like if I get an email and then you don't say you've sent one, you know, it might not be you. Just I'm a bit paranoid. So just because I've heard a couple of other Flosstubers have done that, and I don't want it to end up going to the wrong person, because then that's not really fair. So so yeah, so I'll include my email below. If it's not there, if you for some reason can't email me, just because I think it's email addresses that are iMac.com or something can't email Outlook email addresses or vice versa. If you can't email me, I am on Instagram as well. So I am Zoe Robinson on Instagram. So I will tag that below as well, and you can always find me there. So yes, so that was my little giveaway. And so plans coming up. So Julie commented, stitching in the cabin, stitching at the cabin. She commented on my video 10, and she has invented Sal September. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has already done that either, but we've decided, or I've decided, that no one else has. If they have, you know, let me know. I don't want to steal their thunder. But yes, so Julie suggested a South September. And yes, if you watch that video, you'll know I have a few. So only catching up on, and I thought that would be perfect. So this month, I'm going to be getting on with these 3 projects. But coming up to September, I will be working on my sales. So I will have a run through and decide whether I'm going to work on a bit of all of them, or you know what my goal is going to be. So so I'll work on that the rest of this month and try and you know get some goals so that I know what I want to work on. But this month I'm going to be working on like I said, I'll carry on working on castle walls. I want to try and, if I don't work on it more often, I want to at least make sure that I'm working on my Teresa Wentzler piece on the 15th of each month. So I thought I'll do that on the 15th. If I do more, great, but that's going to be my day that I set for it. And I was watching Alma, her stitches, and she sort of calculates how many stitches she needs to do a week on her projects to get to her deadline. I thought, why don't I do that? It's an amazing idea. So I tapped in all the numbers and worked out. So on bath time, so the bath time Heaven and Earth designs, I need to do about 350 stitches a week on that to hit my goal of having it done in the 5 years. The Amazing Animal Kingdom piece, so the massive piece, I need to do about 750 stitches on that each week to have that one finished by the 20 years. And the Castle Walls piece, that was my New Year, New Start, and my goal is always to get it done within the year, and I've not been making much progress on it, so I'm a bit behind. But I worked out I could still get it finished if I did about 950 stitches each week. Then I would get that one finished. And that sounds like a lot. I mean, that's, what is it, 750, about 2,000 stitches a week. But I know when I was adding up my stitches, I was doing maybe about sort of 3,500 to 4,000 a week. So fingers crossed, I'll be able to each week work on those 3, and then still have time left to, you know, maybe pick up another project for a bit, or you know, whatever. So they are my plans. So you know, hopefully we'll get somewhere. You know, maybe not, but yes. So and I think that's it. That's everything on my list. Yeah, so that's everything on my list done. So so yeah, I just haven't really got a way of ending these videos. It sort of seems that I finish talking and then it's like, oh, I'm done now. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it. Lots of plans, lots of stitching to do. Like I said, a pattern to write up. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this yet. I've never written a pattern before, but we'll have it go. If you do knit and you would like to test the pattern for me, again, drop me an email or message me below, because yeah, it would probably be handy for me to have a test stitcher to actually see if my pattern does make a pair of socks or not. But yes, and apart from that, I will say ta-ra. So thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. But yes, so I hope you enjoy the rest of this week. And yeah, so until next time, I love you lots, be good, and I will see you soon.